school, but not everyone listens to James fans, so we'll see. Okay. And, I should also add, I did read through the note cards on those who wrote them and were supposed to. If your person is presenting today, write a note card on them. You pulled someone's popsicle stick yesterday. If they didn't go, you had nothing to write, really, except they sat there and looked pretty. So write something today about how they did at their presentation. Okay, we are on 9C. Again, I'm recording, so if you don't get it, especially 9C, because it's the graph, 9D, thank you. If you don't get 9D, especially written down quickly because it's the graph, I would pull up this video later because I'm going to post it on Google Classroom so you can make sure your graph is pretty and up to date. It says on my notes that Natalie is 9D. Perfect. Yes, you. What was the answer to 9C? We can back up to 9C. Even Natalie doesn't mind showing those again. She'll do that for us. Okay, let's give Natalie our attention, and we'll see if I can't zoom in on all this stuff. Here, hand me my little remote. Okay, there is Natalie's answer for 9C. If she doesn't mind, I'm going to make her start back there before we move on to 9D.
Okay. Well, it asked for an equation for the two companies when they charge the same amount, so I just combined both of the equations.
That was good. Where they overlap, their equations would be, well, that's perfect. Everyone make sure you have what she wrote down for her 9C. And then I'm going to pick on her 9D in a second, but she did a great job. Okay, if you want to lift it up to your graph, you can. Okay, I'm going to pick on her graph. One, because she didn't, let me zoom out a little. She didn't label her axes. Oh, you'd straighten it for me. Is the opposite what you
That's like your body scale.
Yes, that would be great. But just a little bit up. There goes. Can you tell us what numbers you counted by on the bottom?
150 and then 200. That's what my 50s started.
You went by 50s. Okay. So you went by 50s. And then it looks like you went by 10s on the Y. Did you go by 10s?
Yes, but I started at 40.
You started at 40. Okay. Okay. You should have questions for her. The graph is definitely the hardest one, and it's hard to read from there. So please ask her some questions, or else I'm just going to bombard her with questions. You said you counted by 50 at the bottom?
Yes.
But you counted by 50 when you had two spaces?
She started with 50. It started with 150 and went up. Oh, that's
She should have done it. You can't see. I think she did that little squiggle break thing. You just can't see it. Okay, and then someone asked her something else. I'll ask you the question they should ask you. How did you decide that the green line went all the way down to 0 and that the blue line started at 50?
Because for the blue one, you have to pay $50 at first, and for the green one, you don't have to pay a fee.
Very good. Okay, because she jumped and didn't start exactly like Natalia's pointing out on the X, she didn't do 50, 100, and then 150. Because of that jump, and because of that jump also on her Y, where it looks like she jumped to me. Did you jump? No. Yeah, you did. Yeah, from 0 to 40 on the first one, and then by 10s after that. Because of those jumps, her lines don't look very linear. Do they? Yeah. So, I mean, she did a great job, but because of that jump, they don't look very linear. So, I don't know that my only suggestion to fix that would be to not do the jump. So, but she had the hardest one because she had to pick her scales and everything on her own. Did we even talk about it? We did talk about the 150s. So, she had to do everything on her own. So, I feel like she had the hardest problem by far.
So what would you recommend doing your scale?
I'm going to actually put this one under the screen, which I cannot take credit for. It's from the key. We're going to put the key on the screen and freeze it for a second. So if you want to copy the key, not that there's anything wrong with hers. She would probably get most of her points for hers. It's just hers wasn't linear. So that's how the key did it. And I probably should have spent more time with her and made sure hers was just, does anyone have any more questions for her? I feel like she did a terrific job. She really didn't ask me anything, and she had the hardest question. Some of us just had to write down an equation Miss Pumpkin had already given us, where she actually had to do something. The x-axis that you can't read says cost of printing folders. I mean, zoom out, you can. No, you can't.
Oh, the cost of printing folders.
Yeah. There. Cost of printing folders. Okay, are there any questions about this graph? We're going to move on. But if you're worried about your graph, and you should be, I would make sure I pulled up the video later. Okay, Katie, you were 10A. Katie, you were 10A.
Can't really explain that, but okay, so the original offer was 0.40, so you just had to half it because it's 50%, so now it's 0.20, so you just do 1,000 times 0.20.
Can you say that again? And I wish you'd been in the period. Can you say that again?
Okay, so it says that it's decreasing the original offer by 50%, and the original offer was was 0.40, so when you have 0.40, it's just 0.20.
So instead of paying 40 cents per folder,
You're
since
paying
they're giving
20
you half off, you're paying 20 cents per folder. Thank you so much for that. My person in fourth period did not understand that. That was so good. Does anyone have any questions for Katie? Hers was kind of mind-blowing, fourth period. You say that, and not so much. John David. Apparently the answer is 200, but come on, it's you're across the bear. Okay, show us. Show us your, oh, look how pretty his 2 is. It's a nice 2 right there. Explain how you got 200.
Oh, that's what that is. That's the answer to that.
Go do it right and get your original chart thing and show them why.
What?
The chart, the table on the front page.
Oh, I know.
No, you
I
can't.
helped my friend out.
Whoever's reviewing JD needs JD doing himself. Trust me.
Now what?
Show them
Show them what?
on the chart. The 1,000 and where the number is and divided by 2. Whoever reviews JD, please note this.
This short?
Hold on. There we go. That chart. Show us where we're talking about. What column, what row. Where's your number coming from?
What is it saying?
Do you know your question?
Yes. It's just the answer to that. But I don't know how to put it.
Katie, can you help him? Katie or Ty?
Okay, so I think,
Katie or Ty?
So you just have to plug in 1,000 and then just multiply it?
You could.
but like,
That's what we did.
Is that what he did?
but like,
Why didn't he tell me that?
I don't know.
Why didn't you tell me that?
Well, that was. I said that was the answer to that question.
All I asked was where the 200 came from. And he said it's the answer to that. Okay. Okay, Dibby. I'll stop talking on you. Leave your chart for a second. I'm not ready. Okay, will you tell me where, so they will, it's going to be half of that. Yeah. Yeah, so I was going to pay $400, but they're giving me 50% off, so I'm only going to pay $200. That's what I thought he was going to reference. But okay. I'm gonna let it go. 5.
Let me zoom out. Thank. Wait.
I got you.
Okay, so it says, how does this cost compare to folders and more? And the folders are us. Since the cost is $400, you divide it by 2 to get 200. And can I go get my chart real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So it's 400 for folders are us. So 1,000 folders are us. 400, and then it says for folders and more, 1,000 is 200. But when you get 400 for folders are us, when you divide it by 2, you'll get 200, and so folders and more equals 200 for 1,000 folders. So therefore, the cost is exactly the same.
Anyone have any questions for Ty? Hey, put it back on the screen. Let me freeze it one more time. So we were busy listening to you. It was good. Okay, thank you. Oh no.
Oh, do I need to do it again?
Yeah, my thing don't want to freeze today. Okay, that'll do. Okay, Gavin and Hannah, I'm most interested to see this.
What is it?
Okay, I think Gavin and Hannah had the hardest question. I know. So I would have prefaced this, but Gavin and Hannah had the hardest question. So if I happen to ask them a lot of questions, you might want to ask them a lot of questions too. Theirs is the book.
Okay, so
Not that I wouldn't write that yet. We're going to talk about it before you write anything. I need to know what they did first.
so number 11 it says there's 750 students at the school, but the booster club only decides to buy 500 and they want a profit back of 200. So, and they're buying from Folders Are Us and Folders and More. So over here we did the math, and Folders Are Us for 500 folders will be $200, and Folders and More for 500 folders will be $125. So he said you should buy from Folders and More, and then since they want a profit of $200, they would have to, because they're selling them back, and so they want $200 back, and so they would have to sell 15 cents per folder to get back that $125. Hold up. Yeah, that's what I say. Well, he told me I was right.
Did I?
Yeah.
Part of it's right.
Because I was thinking if they're trying to get 200, and then you said the 15 cents per folder, we're getting back that 125, and you said
It does
that
come
was
back to that 125, but what did the problem say?
they want 200.
They want a profit of 200. So how much do they actually need to make a profit of 200?
They needed like
Who's supposed to buy from boards and what does it reference in there? Okay, tell me that again. How much do they actually need to sell? How much do they actually need to make?
they need to make $200.
Okay, so I think Gavin Gavin had a lot of questions to answer. Gavin answered the first question well. He had to choose. Is it unfrozen? Is it?
Oh, no.
Okay. He had to choose which company. You can say it. He had to choose which company. Where does it say? Which company they should buy from and why. And it should buy from and white. And I think he did, or him and Hannah did that over here. Is yours the same?
Yes.
And I'll put Hannah's under the screen in a second if you want to read hers. Her paragraph is a little cleaner because I don't know if it deals with girls and paragraphs. It tends to be a little cleaner.
Your hand was
Yeah.
great.
So I think that is correct. Gavin and I talked about this. Right now there's a problem with this and only selling for 15 cents. And I would love anyone to help Gavin fix his issue. He didn't even know he had an issue.
Wait, so they're trying to make 200, but
They need to make $200.
So they need to sell like.
So did they sell it for 25 cents?
Well, that's what he was saying. So he was trying to figure out how much per folder. So he said if you sold it for 15 cents a folder, that's what I circled, you would make $125. But does that give them $200 profit? No. That's only $125 anyway. So should I do, or should Gavin instead do, if he did 500
500 times 50.
X plus 50, and how much profit does he need to make?
200.
200?
But then
That's it?
too much.
Profit of $200.
Yeah, he needs a profit of $200.
That's it.
But doesn't he owe somebody some money? If I make $200, I gotta give that company back $125. So really, I only made $75.
Wait.
So if I make $200, I still owe Gavin $125. I really only get to keep $75. I don't want to just keep $75. I want to keep $200. So how much do I really need to make?
Over
$325. So that's going to be his issue, is that it's $125 and not $325. So you should do 500x equals, what's $325 minus 50? $275? And then divide by 500 for me, someone.
55.
So 55 cents. So at a minimum, you need to sell your folders for at least 55 cents. Gavin did not think of that, and honestly, I probably didn't think of that third period either. If someone in fourth period maybe really think through the fact that I'm not making a profit unless I make $325 because I have to give them back their money because you owe them money. Okay, are there any questions about Gavin or Hannah's? Okay, I'm going to leave that up there for a second. I'm going to let Gavin go on, but Hannah's going to put her pretty one up there in just another second. Okay, I'm also going to put Hannah's pretty one up there for a second. If you didn't get any of this down or whatever have you, it is recorded, so you can just pause it and copy the pretty girl's handwriting.
You want me to explain it?
Yeah, that would be good. Then we
Okay.
know you're not crazy. Go for it, Hannah.
Okay, so the thing says since there was 500, they needed to only order 500 folders. Wait, what? Okay. To buy 500 folders, the school should go with folders and more because the school would only have to pay $125 rather than 500 folders for $200, which is $75 cheaper. And then my work on the bottom is wrong.
Well, yeah, but we just talked about that.
Yeah. And then,
So they actually had to sell the soldiers for 55
$55.
cents to make a $200 profit.
yeah.
Okay, does anyone have any questions for Gavin or Hannah? Okay. Then I'm going to stop this recording. Thank you, Hannah. I'm going to stop this recording and I'll post it on YouTube